Hello, welcome to Fable Wonderland. I'm Dr. Wasi, and today I'm going to talk about the fable of the end of the world. As a result of rigorous analysis, scientists demonstrated through thousands of absolutely irrefutable tests that the universe could soon extinguish itself, and with it, all of humanity. They verified that within a relatively short time, the cosmos will completely ignite until everything is reduced to ashes. During this process, the bodies of humans and other aerobic organisms will deform due to oxygen contamination. Thus, before annihilation, beings with two heads and two chests will be generated, bovine creatures with human faces, and vice versa. After the malformation, bodies, due to a strange destructive effect of heat and various combustions, will begin to divide. As the universe agonizes, multiple headless heads from different beings will wander through the environment. Loose arms and shoulders will also move across the ground, as well as eyes, feet, and intestines. Subsequently, the whirlwind of fire will engulf the universe with all its stars, while their bodies continue to divide infinitely until losing all distinction. Initially, when the global scientific community announced this fact, humanity entered a state of denial, well, by disbelief at such news. However, this process continued until humanity, after coming to terms with the absolute truth, entered a phase of anger due to feelings of helplessness and frustration upon realizing they could do nothing to avoid their green fate. During this phase, many individuals worldwide could not bear the anguish and collectively committed suicide. Finally, as the rest of humanity passed through the stage of bargaining and depression, acceptance eventually came. Having already assimilated the grief, people stopped doing what they were supposed to do, as it no longer made any sense to keep doing it. They stopped thinking what they were supposed to think, and it no longer made any sense to keep thinking it. They gave up their goals and ambitions. So they began to do everything they had always wanted to do, and for some insignificant reason had not done. As a result, they felt immensely fulfilled. This is how humanity found the meaning of life through the awareness of the end of annihilation. Moral: the awareness of finitude and death is the beginning of the meaning of life. Here we have an representation of the end of the universe. So I'm going to analyze the four elements that I consider important in this fable. First of all, we have the Stoic theory of universal conflagration. Stoic philosophers believed that the universe was destroyed by fire, after which the universe could regenerate exactly the same, thus creating infinite cosmic cycles. This is a classical doctrine of Stoic physics. I revisited it because the idea of the universal conflagration seemed to me very interesting within a literary and apocalyptic context. Number two, Empedocles. Um, Likewise, the description regarding the generation of bovine creatures with human bodies and vice versa, as well as wandering heads, eyes, and arms, belong to two fragments attributed to the pre-Socratic philosopher Empedocles. And just like the reference to the Stoic theory of universal conflagration, these descriptions were not taken for their philosophical meaning, but simply for the descriptive potential of their imagery. In both cases, I implemented this reference in the fable to evoke a sense of wonder in the reader. Point number 3, Stage of Greece, Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. Of course, the fable has an implicit reference to Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and, um, and his book about the dying, about die, in which she describes the 5 emotional stages that people go through when facing death or a significant loss. These stages are denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, which involves accepting reality. Considering that the moral of this fable points to the vital need to find the meaning of life, despite its brevity, I believe that um, I believe that um, understand that life is and life is not as good as we desire. We must learn to be happy. So in this case, I think that the concept of acceptance has a very important role in this fable. Finally, point number 4, we have here a reference of Epicurus, specifically the letter to Minicius. Also, regarding the awareness of death, something that I had, something that had a significant personal impact on me was reading the letter to Minicius by the Hellenistic philosopher Epicurus. For this reason, I found it interesting to integrate part of this doctrine on death into this fable and link it with Kubler-Ross' concept of acceptance. Epicurus saw death as a natural part of the life cycle. Accepting this is essential to living a full life without irrational fear. Thus, irrational fear of death can lead to actions that mm, diminish fullness or even nullify life itself, as we can see in the fable with the case of people who decide to commit collective suicide. Well, we have here um, a short bibliography about Stoicism, about Empedocles and Epicurus, and obviously the reference of the book of Kubler-Ross. Well, I hope you enjoy this fable very much, and I hope you subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to click the like button, and I invite you to watch this channel next week for the release of another fantastic fable. See you soon, and thank you very much for your attention. Goodbye.